The World Couch. Facts on everything all around the world. Today we are going to tell you about the 12 Olympians. The 12 Olympians are the most important gods of Greek mythology, who lived atop Mount Olympus. The Olympians became the most important gods when Zeus and his brothers and sisters won a war against the Titans. Zeus, Hera, Poseidon, Demeter, Hestia, and Hades are all brothers and sisters. All the other gods are Zeus's children and have different mothers. Apollo. God of the sun, the light, the music, and prophecy. Apollo was the son of Zeus and Leto and the twin brother of Artemis. He was the god of healing, medicine and archery, and of music and poetry. He was the leader of the Muses. He also was a god of prophecy, and his oracle at Delphi was very important. He also was the god of justice. During the 5th century BC, Apollo became also known as the god of sun, becoming one with the god Helios, and getting the name Phoebus. He is shown as a young man, wearing a laurel wreath and playing the kithara or lyre. It was known as his symbol. His other symbols included the raven. Aphrodite. Goddess of love, beauty and eternal youth. Aphrodite is the goddess of love, beauty, sexuality, and desire. The most beautiful and refined of the goddesses. Aphrodite was married to Hephaestus, god of fire and metalworking. Aphrodite had numerous affairs with other beings, the most notable of these being is Ares, the god of war. Her main festival was the Aphrodisia, which was celebrated annually every midsummer. Aphrodite's symbols include the dolphin, myrtle, rose, dove, sparrow, swan and pearl. The goddess Venus is her Roman equivalent. Ares. Greek god of war. Ares is the god of war. Ares represents the violent and physical untamed aspect of war. His parents are Zeus and Hera. He had a twin sister called Eris. Although Ares embodied the physical aggression necessary for success in war, the Greeks were ambivalent toward him because he was a dangerous, overwhelming force that was insatiable in battle. He is well known as the lover of Aphrodite, who was married to Hephaestus. He had 6 children with Aphrodite. His homeland is Thrace. The Roman counterpart to Ares was Mars, who was known as a father to the Roman people. Artemis. Greek goddess of the hunt, forests and hills, the moon, archery. Artemis is known as the goddess of the hunt and is one of the most respected of all the ancient Greek deities. She was the daughter of Zeus, king of the gods, and the titaness Leto. She has a twin brother, the god Apollo. Not only was Artemis the goddess of the hunt, she was also known as the goddess of wild animals, wilderness, childbirth, and virginity. Also, she was protector of young children and was known to bring and relieve disease in women. Her symbol is widely known as a bow and arrow. Athena. Greek goddess of wisdom and war. Athena is the Greek goddess of wisdom and strategy. Athena's symbol is the owl, the wisest of the birds. She also had a shield called Aegis, which was a present given to her by Zeus. She is often shown with her helmet on and with her shield, which has Medusa's head on it. This was a present to her from Perseus. Athena is the protector of Athens, Greece, a city named after her. The Parthenon, which is on the Acropolis in Athens, is her most famous temple. Demeter. Greek goddess of agriculture, fertility, sacred law, and the harvest. Demeter is the goddess of the harvest and agriculture. The elder sister of Zeus, Demeter presided over grains and the fertility of the earth. She served as the patron goddess of farmers, and was believed to have taught men how to reap and cultivate the harvest. Her symbols were the scythe, cornucopia, wheat, bread, and harvest grains, and the pig and snake were her sacred animals. Her Roman equivalent is Ceres. Hephaestus, Greek god of fire and metalworking. Hephaestus is the Greek god of fire, metalworking, craftsman, sculpture, metallurgy, and volcanoes. His parents were Zeus and Hera. Hephaestus was the blacksmith of the gods. He was married to the goddess Aphrodite, who cheated on him with his brother Ares. His symbols were a smith's hammer, an anvil, and a pair of tongs. The donkey was his sacred animal. The god Vulcan is his Roman equivalent. Hera, Greek goddess of marriage and queen of Olympus. In Greek mythology, Hera was the goddess of marriage, life, and love. She is married to Zeus. Hera is also a goddess of the sky and starry heavens. The ancient Greeks said that Hera is the most beautiful goddess, even prettier than Aphrodite. Her own special signs are the peacock, the pomegranate, and the cow. Her other important items are the crown and veil. Hera's parents are Cronus and Rhea. Her brothers and sisters are Zeus, who she also married, Hestia, Demeter, Hades, and Poseidon. Hera is the queen of all the Greek gods and goddesses. Hera is also called the Queen of Heaven because she rules over Mount Olympus where all of the gods and goddesses live. Hermes, Greek god of trade, eloquence, and messenger of the gods. Hermes is considered the herald of the gods, as well as the protector of human heralds, travelers, thieves, merchants, and orators. Hermes functioned as the emissary and messenger of the gods, and was often presented as the son of Zeus and Maia. It's said that Maia was a nymph. His attributes and symbols include the herma, the rooster, the tortoise, satchel or pouch, winged sandals, and winged cap. However, his main symbol is the caduceus, a winged staff intertwined with two snakes copulating and carvings of the other gods. In Roman tradition, Hermes was known as Mercury. Hestia, Greek goddess of the hearth and domestic life. Hestia was the goddess of the hearth, home, architecture, domesticity, family, and the state. She was one of only 3 virgin goddesses, next to Athena and Artemis. Although both Poseidon and Apollo wanted to marry her, Hestia made an oath to Zeus that she would remain forever pure and undefiled, never entering into a union with a man. In Greek mythology, she is the daughter and firstborn child of the Titans, Cronus and Rhea. It was believed all hearths were her altars. As the goddess of the hearth, she personified the fire burning in the hearth of every home in Greece. Hestia receiving the first offering at every sacrifice in the household, with families pouring sweet wine in her name and dedicating the richest portion of food to her. She also symbolized the alliance between colonies and their mother cities. Her sacred animal is the donkey. To the Romans, the goddess was known as Vesta. Poseidon, Greek god of the sea. Poseidon is the god of the sea, earthquakes, storms, and horses, and is considered one of the most bad-tempered, moody, and greedy Olympian god. He was known to be vengeful when insulted. Poseidon was generally regarded as an ill-tempered being. His mood was a reflection of the state of his realm. He was thought to conjure up violent storms at sea when angered. His parents were Cronus and Rhea. He was the older brother of Zeus. While he was married to the goddess Aphrodite, one of the Nereids, Poseidon had a number of affairs with other goddesses and mortal women. Lord of the waters, Poseidon was both patron and protector of both sailors and seafarers, who would pray to him for safe passage across the sea. Poseidon was often regarded as the father of horses, as they were thought to be his creations. The god's symbol was his trident, and the bull, horse, and dolphin were his sacred animals. The god Neptune is his Roman equivalent. Zeus, Greek god of the sky and king of the gods. Zeus is the sky and thunder god in ancient Greek religion, who rules as king of the gods of Mount Olympus. Zeus is the 6th child of Cronus and Rhea, the youngest of his siblings to be born. Zeus was married to his sister, Hera, though he was infamous for his infidelity, taking on an almost innumerable amount of lovers and consorts, both mortal and divine. These resulted in many divine and heroic offspring. The god of honor and justice, Zeus was the one who both established and enforced law, and served as the standard for kings to follow, ensuring they did not abuse the power of their position. His symbols were the thunderbolt, a scepter, an oak tree, and the eagle and bull were his sacred animals. Zeus was armed with the mighty thunderbolt, said to be the most powerful weapon among the gods. His Roman equivalent is Jupiter. Zeus was the strongest Greek god, the ruler of all gods.